I just want to say shout out to my boy CP, Knicks Fan TV, for those who may or may not know. Shout out to my man CP. CP has been killing the game throughout this entire pandemic. I mean, obviously he's been killing the game for as long as his channel's been up. Really good friend of mine here on the YouTube space, somebody that, you know, I love collaborating with. Congratulations to him, because he is now getting intel from within the Knicks organization. Now, in that same note, I hate you, CP, because he dropped some, I wouldn't say he dropped some news. I think it was more of a clarification on a lot of rumors that were already going around. Obviously on Twitter, this is becoming a thing because people are attacking CP because he's not an Ian Begley or he's not a Woj or a Shams and blah, 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 blah. But really the reality of the situation is because people don't want to believe what's being said is true. We heard that Frank Ntilikina, even though we've heard some great things from Tom Thibodeau, that he might not even really be in the rotation. He's probably the third option. We're also hearing the rumors that Mitchell Robinson is not entirely engaged in the team and has people on the inside worried. But people don't want to believe it because it is their precious Frank Ntilikina and their precious Mitchell Robinson. But I just want to say, CP, I hear you, but I'm mad at you for clarifying this stuff. Because I know the people that you know, the sources you got, they're reliable. So I'm a little bit worried, but we're going to get into more detail on those things. Run the intro. What's going on, CK Crews? Your boy CK2K here, and welcome back to another video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. And people, stop being so soft. I'm going on Twitter and I'm seeing people all in their feelings, and all of a sudden, some people that were not but a few days ago praising this man CP for, you know, being on top of a lot of stuff are then turning on him and saying that he's nothing but rumors and fake news. Twitter, what a fickle place. But before we get into those rumors, I do want to talk about a few other things that happened over the weekend, and I want to start off with our rookie, Obi Toppin. Now, obviously, for those who may or may not know, training camp officially began Sunday. Now, obviously, we've had training camp in a media week last week, but that was more of individual workouts. This week, starting Sunday, was official training camp where the team actually officially worked out together as a unit, as a team, starting on Sunday, going on throughout the week. But Obi Toppin had said some things that was a bit of a head scratcher in a lot of people's eyes. He was talking very highly on Tom Thibodeau, as you'd expect. Just hearing the way he talks, it has a lot of Knicks fans excited, because Obi Toppin's the kind of guy that is very team-oriented, team first, and he's down for the cause for whatever may be. But something he said in that interview rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, because he did say that if Tibbs is open to him playing the 5, he'll play the 5. If Tibbs is open for him to play the 3, he'll play the 3. Now, that's the right answer, but Tibbs, are you talking about playing this man at the 3 or at the 5?
I feel like Coach Tibbs is a great coach, and if he puts me at the 5, he believes I can play the 5. I believe I can play the 5. If he puts me at the 3, the 4, like wherever he puts me, like he's a smart guy, and he knows that I can play that position, and he's not gonna put me in a position to fail. So I understand that him and the team is always gonna make sure that I'm successful, as well as I would want the same for them. So
now, don't get me wrong, I have nothing wrong with what was said by Obi Toppin, because Obi Toppin, what he said is the right things. Like, those are that's the right attitude you want. We went through similar situations with Kristaps Porzingis, where he was the opposite, where the coaching staff were trying to get him to play the 5 a lot more in today's NBA, but he just didn't want to, or he just couldn't do it because he just couldn't stack up against some of the 5s at the NBA at that time. Now in Dallas, you're seeing him do it a little bit more. But that was a problem that was happening. Now to see the script flipped a little bit, where Obi Toppin is saying the complete opposite, where he's willing to play wherever he's being played. I like that. Then the rumors started swirling that Obi Toppin might be starting next to Julius Randle, where he'd be playing the 5 and rada. Those I can't really co-sign, because I don't see any reality around that rumor about him starting next to Julius Randle. I'm sure there would be rotations where they probably play at the same time. That's I'm completely okay with. I can see that happening. It might not work, but at least try it out. We'll see what happens. But obviously, I don't want it for long spurts of time, and I think that's what people think, that when you hear this rumor, they're thinking that he's going to be playing the center. No, it's just going to be in small ball rotations. I would much rather him play the 5 in a small ball rotation than Julius Randle. We also heard that too in media day last week, and I just don't like that at all. We saw how that went in our live stream when Julius Randle was playing the 5 on 2K. Didn't work. Did not work. But yeah, he went on to say a lot of other things, talking about training camp and speaking very highly on the coaches. Speaking of coach had a lot of good things to say about about Obi Toppin as well as our guy Frank Ntilikina. He went on to say that Frank Ntilikina has a lot of things about him that he really enjoys that are really good in his favor, that he's looking to unlock a better version of Frank Ntilikina, and those are the right things you want to hear.
I like Frank. Obviously we didn't have a lot of time this summer to spend around each other, but I'm getting to know him now, and there's things that he does very, very well. He's got good size. He's versatile defensively, and he works hard. So, I want to see what he can do.
So what's crazy about that is people are a little bit worried, because then there's that rumor that was coming out and then confirmed by Knicks Fan TV, aka CP, that Frank Ntilikina might not even be in the general rotation at point guard. If anything, he'll be one of the third options at point guard. CP saying this.
I'm hearing that Frank could be on the outside looking in on the point guard rotation. I'm also hearing that DSJ could be pegged as the starter.
And again, as I said in the intro, a lot of people took this for Bible, because we do know Frank Ntilikina has a very strong, I want to say fan base, but a following is the word I'm going to use. Again, I love Frank Ntilikina. I'm a fan of Frank Ntilikina, but at the same time, I'm going to call y'all out. I say it all the time. Y'all get real weird when it comes to Frank Ntilikina. Now, to see Dennis Smith Jr. being the guy that's come off the bench, or in the words of CP, maybe Dennis Smith Jr. being the starting point guard, obviously that would mean Elfrid Payton would be number 2, and that would be dropping Frank to number 3. But does that mean he's out of the rotation? No. This is not clarifying anything about Frank Ntilikina not playing. A lot of people are going to be upset that he possibly might be the third option. I might be a little bit as well, because I think he will give a little bit more than a Dennis Smith Jr., but who knows? Maybe Dennis Smith Jr. turns the corner and he ends up being the player that a lot of you guys were excited about from the jump. I don't know, but these are things that are being confirmed and that are being talked about. We'll see. But again, we won't know until games are played, and luckily this week games will start being played, so we can stop being all up in the rumors and all in our feelings, right? Right. But CP wasn't done there. CP also talked about something that I had mentioned not that long ago, and to the point where I was even considering making some trades for Mitchell Robinson, to the point where you guys completely murdered me and killed me for that idea. And then especially after his press conference on Friday, and we laughed about it, we joked about it here on the channel on the live, but at the same time, with a lot of the responses, the vibe that was coming off of him, it seems like there's something missing between Mitchell Robinson and the organization right now. To the point where even we talked about Tom Thibodeau not really talking too much about Mitchell Robinson, except for the fact that he thinks that Mitchell Robinson is a talent, but needs to put more effort into being a part of the team, practicing and whatnot. And we joked about that as well, but there was a seriousness to this. And I said that in the live. There is a seriousness to that we need to be paying more attention to. And now, with those rumors being circulated around, and even myself and Richie from Knicks Media joking about the fact that don't be surprised if Nerlens Noel is starting over Mitchell Robinson, because it just seems like there's something missing between Mitchell Robinson and the coaching staff that we should be a little bit worried about. And then, well, here comes CP again, clarifying another rumor that plaguing a lot of our minds.
There's concerns with Mitch. Doesn't sound too good. Hasn't come in the best spirits into camp.
A lot of stuff to digest. I know, people, and I can say what I need to say, and I can sit here and try and, talk you guys off a ledge and, let you guys know how I feel about it. But again, you can still choose to believe what you want to believe. It's just the facts and the rumors are on the table, and it's up to you to decide on what you believe is real and what you choose to not play along with. And I completely understand that. I play that same game myself. But myself, seeing that someone like CP of his caliber and the people that he has around him, and then that also being completely co-signed by a guy like JB on Twitter, like to see those are the people that are connecting and going along with the rumors and this news that's coming out, I'm going to believe it, because those are two valuable sources that I trust in the Knicks organization, so I'm going to buy it. But again, that's up to you guys to decide how you feel about it. If you do believe it, then what? What's your thought process? Do you think that this is something that's going to be solved and we shouldn't really worry too much about once the games start being played, or is this a bigger issue that we should be thinking about? I'm talking about Mitchell Robinson. The Frank Ntilikina stuff, I'm not really too worried about. I think we'll see more of that when the preseason games are played. Frank Ntilikina, when we see them in a rotation and see how they play in a system with Tom Thibodeau, we'll see if Dennis Smith Jr. is somebody that can play in a Tom Thibodeau rotation or a Tom Thibodeau scheme and better than Frank Ntilikina. We'll see that when preseason time comes. I don't know. I'm just excited for games. I'm really excited to be back on Friday. I'm just excited that we can start talking about rumors and stuff, and we can actually get into what is going on with the games this coming week. Anyways, let me know your thoughts about that in the comments below. But now it's time for comments of the video. Shout out to my man Brandon Garzone. He has an idea for the Wednesday live streams that we're going to be doing. Brandon says, yo, CK, can you pay homage to our G League team and call it Westchester Wednesdays? I don't know. I mean, I feel like I talk about the Westchester Knicks enough throughout my regular videos, and now that I upload daily, I will be able to touch more on anything that is Westchester basketball. I probably, if you want, I could do like a Westchester Knicks roundup of some sort to see how guys like Iggy and, you know, Emmanuel Quickly and whoever, Miles Powell, like those kind of guys, like how they're doing. I can do a rundown of what's going on in the G League for sure at one day a week. I can definitely do that. I have no problem with that. But Wednesdays is going to be CK Wednesdays or Wednesday Night Knicks. We don't know what the name's going to be, and something just fell. But Wednesdays are going to be set for Wednesday Night Knicks, CK Wednesdays, whatever you guys want to call them. We're still working on a name. But yes, we'll be doing that. Every Knicks game that is on a Wednesday, we'll be live streaming here, and we will watch it together in a watch party watching the New York Knicks. This other one coming from Dylan Chop Charles, my boy Dylan. What's good? He says, dope video as usual, my boy. Where'd you get the cap, by the way? Now, I don't know what video this one is from. It's not showing me right here. But if you're talking about this cap, like I said, WTF City, that's what I'm saying. Go to WT, it's on the side. Which side of it? WTF City. Go hit them up. Here's the Instagram page. Go check them out. Get your hat. These hats are dope. Agent Super Argo says, Nick's trying to get Buddy healed. Mitchell Robinson is not focused, and Frank is disgruntled. Something's about to change in the Garden. Well, we literally talked about that in today's video, and you're probably right. Something might be changing soon in the Garden. And Ari Munoz saying, they look pretty good right now on paper. They just have to start playing together to mesh and find chemistry. Yeah, we always hear the same or similar speech from players, but this one from Austin Rivers is a little different because he came from a prominent or elite team, and this makes what he said more significant, especially when he said that players are riding waves and for the most part chasing and creating super teams, making today's NBA superficial. I love that, Ari. I completely agree with you. I have nothing to add to that. That's 100% correct. I think the fact that he played for teams that were competing or teams that were in the hunt for a playoff championship, I think he does have a more understanding of what it takes and, you know, what to be a part of. And I love that he is sacrificing the continued success of going after a championship to, you know, be a part of a new upcoming team and spread some knowledge for a younger squad like us. So yeah, those are the kind of things I do appreciate. So shout out to Austin Rivers and shout out to you, Ari. All right, and on that note, I am wrapping this video, guys. I know we talked about a lot of rumors and speculation in this video, but that is what's going on right now, and that's a lot of what we're probably going to be hearing between now and our first game on Friday. Let me know your thoughts on everything that was mentioned in this video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, join the CK Crew membership if you haven't already. We're going strong. Appreciate you guys. More live streams to come. Catch you guys in the next one. Let's get it. I'm out of here, and peace.
Feeling like I won the lotto. Always taking trips with a new chick, asking where the time goes. And I wonder if this is all I'll know.